This video is brought to you by Skillshare. Hello my lovely ravens, my name is Chantel and welcome back to another video. I'm creating another Matchbox diorama for you this week, which is the 19th in the series. If you'd like to catch up on all the other ones, I will leave a link in the iCard section. So let's see what the 19th Harry Potter Matchbox will be. Here's all the little scrolls for you. And it will be the Herbology greenhouse, or the greenhouses for the Herbology classrooms. So let's go. As with the previous matchboxes in the series, I create these myself using a template. There is a link in the description box below along with the measurements that I use. If you would like to know what kind of materials I use, there is an Amazon store link in the description box as well, which will take you to many useful lists if you would like to purchase any materials. The book that you can see on the screen is the Harry Potter Vault Magical Places, which I will also link in the description box below. I'm starting this matchbox by deciding what needs to be cut in order to make this matchbox look like a greenhouse. Here you can see what needs to be cut. The small strip will need to come off first, but I will glue that back in later as that will be the beam in the top of the greenhouse. And here I am cutting off that little strip that I was talking about. The flaps on the side that fold inwards need to be trimmed to the same size, and that is what I'm doing here. And that strip will sit on top like this. So let's glue that into place and close up the sides. All the glue used for this project is wood glue. I really like how it adheres paper to paper. I don't know if any of you noticed, but I forgot to cut out the greenhouse windows from the sides of the greenhouse, and that is what I'm doing here, as I do think they need to be there. As you could see in the movie and the stills of the movie in the book I showed at the beginning of this video, there is an actual wall there that is the castle wall. Hence why the back wall is not cut out and will be a wall with vines growing up to it. I wanted to stay mostly true to the size of the matchbox. I score some extra lines where I have to fold the matchbox cover in order for it to wrap around the entire box and cut off the excess from the back. And that now fits nice and snug around the greenhouse. Of course, a greenhouse has lots of windows and they need to be measured out and cut out. I could have done this in two ways. Cut out the windows as I'm doing here, or glue on strips of cardstock to some acetate. I actually enjoy cutting out these tiny windows as it's so satisfying to meticulously cut them out and see the result. Is that weird? I don't know. For the front of the roof of the matchbox, I wanted another beam. Cutting out the windows from the cardboard weakened the cover of the matchbox, even with the acetate glued on. The extra beam will prevent the matchbox roof from collapsing. I will strengthen this with some thicker cardboard later on, before I glue it on. The back wall I will cover with a piece of chipboard that I'm carving with a pointy but not sharp tool. I'm carving the bricks just by following the tool across a metal ruler. And here I'm reinforcing that top beam with an extra piece of chipboard. I'm gluing on some extra pieces of chipboard to the front of the greenhouse to give it more strength and definition. The floor of the greenhouse I'm going to cover with egg carton. It has a nice texture and is perfect for the greenhouse. I am cutting out a long rectangle from the egg carton. The table in the greenhouse sits on a dirt floor, which is what I want to create as well. I'm then gluing that rectangle cutout from the floor onto a piece of chipboard and encase it with strips of cardstock, which will be the top of the table. I am painting the top of the table a dark brown mixed with some other earthy colors so it looks like soil. I am doing the same with the floor that will go into the matchbox. Then inside the matchbox itself I'm painting the base a dark brown, which will be the dirt floor underneath the table. Moving on to the wall, I want the grout of the wall to be grey, so that is the first layer I'm applying, making sure I get in between all the bricks. I then brush on a beige and off-white to bring out that brick texture. After that, I apply various shades of green and some brown to create a mossy look. Later I will glue on some moss to make it look like climbing vines. Before we move on to the next part, let's take a moment to talk about the sponsor of this video, Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes for creators. You can explore new skills, deepen existing passions, and get lost in creativity. It's curated specifically for learning, meaning there are no ads, and they are always launching new premium classes so you can stay focused and follow wherever your creativity takes you. There are so many subjects to choose from watercolors and graphic design to polymer clay and crochet. Even music, film and photography have a wide range of courses available. I have recently taken a class by Stephanie Kilgast, a fantastic contemporary artist and sculptor. She teaches anything polymer clay and watercolor related, both of which I am particularly interested in. I really enjoyed the class on how to sculpt a miniature frog in polymer clay. As you all know, this is a perfect project for all the Harry Potter enthusiasts out there. The first 1,000 of my subscribers to click the link in the description box below will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare, so you can start exploring your creativity today. Let's get back to the video. I'm putting some wood glue in some old packaging material and add moss. This will make a very strong bond once it's dry, so I'm sure the moss won't come off anytime soon. As always, there is a link to my Amazon storefront in the description box below if you're wondering what materials I'm using. I'm then also applying glue to the wall and apply the moss with a toothpick. I got this tub of dried flowers from AliExpress, but you can also get them from Amazon. They are in my Harry Potter Dioramas list. What you get is always a guess, so keep that in mind. I am applying some of these tiny flowers to the vines on the wall. I can then glue the floor into place. Then apply glue to the middle section of the floor and apply tea mixed with glue, just as I mixed and applied the moss to the wall. And I do the same to the table. And of course there should be some plants on the table as well. Now let's paint that entire greenhouse silver. I I have also painted these small strips of cardboard silver which will go against the windows on the side of the greenhouse. But first I'm going to glue the wall onto the inside of the greenhouse. Here you can only really see the glue, but I'm gluing the acetate that I cut to size to the inside of the sides of the greenhouse. Of course, the table still needs some legs, and that's what I'm gluing on here. From some tiny glass beads I'm going to create terracotta pots, as the mandrakes need repotting. I'm putting the beads on the end of a toothpick and paint them a terracotta orange. Whilst the pots are drying, I can paint the table silver. Once all the silver paint is dry, I'm going to create a wash of brown and going over all the silver surfaces, including the greenhouse, with this brown to give it a more of an aged look, and also with some orange paint to give it more of a rusty and weathered look. I am then placing some of the terracotta pots on top of the table, and there will also be a few underneath. A while ago I picked up some branches on a walk, and some of them had these tiny spikes on them that look like tiny leaves. Now they are the tops of the mandrakes. Because I want to make sure this table isn't going anywhere, I'm going to add quite a bit of glue and glue the table into place. I've added some more moss to the inside and the outside of the greenhouse, and I knew I had these orange foam balls and they make perfect dirigible plums, and I thought they would look nice on the outside of the greenhouse. Now let's have a look what the final greenhouse looks like. And this is it for the 19th Harry Potter Matchbox Diorama. I really enjoyed creating this one and I hope you like how it turned out. Thanks again to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. Next week I'll be back with a continuation of the build of Dumbledore's office. Please check out my other social media in the description box below, and if you're new here, welcome. Don't forget to hit that subscribe and bell notification button so you don't miss out on any future videos, and of course become part of the Raven family. Thanks so much for watching, stay safe, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!